belief works beautifully in the early and middle stages of leadership. But when you begin leading teams of equally capable professionals, the role of leadership starts shifting here. The leader is no longer there just to demonstrate intelligence. Welcome to the first episode of How Not to Be a Bad Leader. Today, I want to talk about a pattern I see very often with mid-level leaders, especially AVPs and AGMs who have built their careers through genuine competence. Many of these leaders didn't reach their position by chance. They got there because they were the people who could think faster, analyze better, and solve problems when others were still figuring things out. In meetings, their ideas often worked. Their suggestions moved projects forward. Over time, that recognition doesn't just remain a professional strength. It starts shaping the identity, the nature of a person. When people repeatedly value your thinking, your clarity, your ability to improve situations, projects, you begin to associate your professional worth with that ability. You become known as a person who can refine ideas, strengthen arguments, and bring sharper thinking process into the room. Naturally, a belief forms. My value lies in how strong my thinking is compared to people around me. That belief works beautifully in the early and middle stages of leadership. It gets noticed, it gets rewarded, and it often accelerates promotions. But when you begin leading teams of equally capable professionals, the role of leadership starts shifting here. The leader is no longer there just to demonstrate intelligence. So when someone from the team shares an idea, the leader's mind automatically starts evaluating, refining, and mentally improving the idea. Sometimes they jump into reshaping the thought or to bring it to what they believe is a stronger conclusion. A leader is expected to have the best or final answer in the room. A third belief that can create this kind of a leadership thought is my credibility comes from being intellectually ahead of the conversation in my team. These beliefs are not random. They often develop from very specific professional, emotional, conditioning experiences. For some leaders, the belief comes from early career success, where promotions and appreciations were consistently tied to being the person who had sharper ideas than others. Hi everyone, I'm Mohsin Ahmed, host of the Self-Discovery Podcast and founder of the Quantum Leaders Program, where I work with leaders, entrepreneurs, founders, and consultants worldwide to shift subconscious limiting beliefs and unlock their next level of success. It comes from professional validation, being repeatedly recognized in meetings, presentations, or reviews for improving people's thinking and fixing complex situations. And sometimes it also develops from competitive work environments, where standing out intellectually became the way to secure visibility and growth. All of these experiences reinforce the same internal rule. Your strength is that you outthink the room. The emotional thought governing this is also insecurity. All of these experiences reinforces the same internal rule that I have to outshine everyone in this room. The challenge begins when that rule continues operating in the leadership spaces, the new roles that you have taken, where the team itself contains highly capable thinkers. When leaders constantly refine, expand, or redirect ideas and conversations, the team gradually adjusts its behavior. People start waiting for the leader's version of the idea. Some hold their thoughts back until they are perfectly formed. Others simply choose not to push their perspective strongly. The room still functions, meetings still happens, but the collective thinking becomes narrower than it could be. People start fearing to speak up in the team. So this is where many competent leaders unknowingly reach a plateau because their team starts closing up on them. Up to a certain level in an organization, growth is driven by individual capabilities, how well you think, solve, execute. At higher levels, leadership effectiveness depends much more on how well you draw out the thinking of others. Senior leadership is really about proving you're the smartest person in the room. It is about creating a space where the intelligence of the entire team becomes visible and useful for the company and the output. When leaders shift from refining every idea to genuinely exploring ideas with their teams, contribute more freely, and start taking ownership of their perspectives. And that is when a team stops depending on one strong thinker and begins functioning as a truly intelligent group.